Hi, my name is AJ Gamelau. I'm here with my group members Ivana, Reed, Nico, and Gal, and our company is Netflix. In today's Tech Talk, we're going to explain how Netflix as a company exhibits numerous management information system practices and how these principles have led to the massive success of the business. Our first speaker is going to be Nico, who will be sharing the importance of protecting information resources as discussed in Chapter 5.
Password security is taken very seriously in the company of Netflix. Password farming is a very big issue for Netflix, as many people use credential farming to try to scam Netflix users into giving their passwords and information. To dodge this, they use OTP, which is known as one-time password, to ensure safety and that no hackers are legally accessing user accounts. However, password farming has happened before in the form of credential farming. In April of 2017, unaired episodes of Orange is the New Black were stolen and leaked through a pirating website. In April, a hacker group operating under the name of The Dark Overworld used credential phishing to get into an employee account of Netflix to acquire unaired episodes of Netflix's series Orange is the New Black. They held them for ransom for $250,000 per episode, and even though they weren't paid, they were still uploaded onto a online hacking website. This shows how important password security is, as the hackers entered the Netflix database through credential farming of an employee getting into an employee account. Since then, Netflix has taken multiple measures to increase password security and started implementing OTP one-time password to stop further instances of this, and no instances happened since.
With Nico just talking about protecting information resources, let us turn our focus toward Gal, who will discuss the importance of e-commerce within Netflix's business model that is expanded on in Chapter 8 of the curriculum.
Netflix is considered a business to customers company because they offer movie, television, streaming subscriptions directly to their customers, although only some of their content is produced by Netflix themselves. Anyway, this gives you a little bit of information of what type of company Netflix is. Now we can dive into their social media techniques. Personally, Facebook is the most effective marketing tool Netflix has used on me. While scrolling through Facebook posts, I'm constantly distracted by posts by Netflix. In addition to posting commercials, they also share clips and videos and TV shows from pivotal moments, such as dreamy-eyed scenes during romantic comedies or explosions during action movies. They also share movie trivia, countdowns to show releases, and etc. I've actually ended up watching things in response to Netflix posts. Being a video streaming company, Netflix also has a very good YouTube page with hundreds of trailers, behind the scenes, and videos. They actually have multiple channels, including a Netflix Junior channel, which can be found at the bottom of their main YouTube page. Netflix Twitter page is set up similar to the Facebook page, with commercials, trivia, movie posters, and memes. Overall, Netflix does an excellent job of assuring they have coverage on social media. Their company has become such a large part of social media that it has found a way into movies and TV shows. Communication with customers. The tone of the posts shared by Netflix really stands out to me because they read as they are being posted by an individual, not a company. One example would be the Gray Man meme posted on Twitter. Along with the meme, Netflix has the caption, "Me and my friends making plans every weekend." This posting style makes it feel less like a corporation trying to market you and more like a friend is suggesting a good show for you to watch. In order to see how Netflix is communicating with their potential customers, I checked in on a few conversations they have been involved in. Scrolling through comments on their Facebook page, I was surprised to find that Netflix appears to rarely join into conversations. Rather, they get things started with a post and allow people to enter into a discussion in the comments. It reminds me of the style of a book club, where everyone reads the same book and a host gets the group started on talking about a specific aspect of the story. The strategy seems to work well for opening up dialogue, although it doesn't necessarily show off Netflix listening skills. Overall, it would appear that Netflix marketing strategy is working. They connect with potential viewers through a variety of social media outlets in their posts. They write with a friendly tone, contributing to their Netflix and chill vibe. They do not seem to engage in many conversations, rather. They post conversation starters that get people talking. Next, I'll talk about Netflix as an omni-channel. One of the key elements of omni-channel experience is hyper-personalization. Like personalization, hyper-personalization highlights the interaction of a brand with its consumers on a customized individual level. However, hyper-personalization goes beyond basic customer information, pulling from real-time behavioral data to deliver highly relevant individualized messages. AI and machine learning can in particular help brands create hyper-personalized experiences for their customers. One of the best examples of hyper-personalized omni-channel interaction customers is Netflix viewing experience. No matter which device you use, Netflix provides you with a totally seamless experience. The brand also leverages AI and machine learning to process customer data, suggesting customized content to every individual. The director of product management at Netflix says the omni-channel strategy is the key to the company's customer experience policy. However, warns against the blind expansion of omni-channels. Thank you.
Thank you, Gal. Next, we will be listening to Ivana talk about how Netflix has expanded its company overseas and into international markets with equal success when compared to its domestic output, as seen in chapter 9 of the material.
Netflix is a clear example of a multinational structure. Netflix is a company that operates in multiple countries other than its home country, which is the United States. For example, it serves in Canada, Mexico, Spain. Netflix generates revenue outside of its own home. For example, on Latin America, the total revenue is about 4,446.46. And in the US and Canada, it's 14,873.78. Another thing is offshore outsourcing. Netflix hires a third party to handle tasks such as responding to customers' inquiries, resolving issues, and managing spam claim emails and phone calls, such as in India and in the Philippines. Another key aspect to this, it's the transporter data flow. So it's accessible in almost every country in the world. They use transporter data flow to help with networking, getting to your home, and if you're having problems with your network, your internet provider will send the video directly to your screen. So here is some you can see on the presentation, this is where Netflix has operates in like all over the world. Thank you.
With that, to finish things off, our final topic will be focused on what it means to build a successful information system in today's market and how exactly this applies to Netflix as a company. Our group member Reed will discuss this feature that makes Netflix the company that it is today.
Netflix has many uses for RFIs. The use of RFIs starts in the user interface and user experience, where Netflix tracks and follows the popularity of certain like shows, movies, and genres, and then based on this information, like Netflix will then decide which routes to take for pursuing content, like in purchasing content and in their Netflix originals. RFIs are also important in relation to user experience. The customer is number one, so if they are not happy, some aspect of the company needs to be changed and a decision needs to be made. And this relates a lot to self-sourcing. Netflix self-sources in many different ways. Netflix has many different areas of business that are crucial to the company, and a lot of these areas are self-sourced. They have departments that focus on the content recommendation algorithm. Proper content recommendations are how Netflix keep customers happy and loyal. And there are also data analysis teams that look at and interpret the results of these algorithms. And again, based on this, they decide where to go in the area of content. Security and privacy is also a big part of Netflix's self-sourcing. Netflix has millions of users with private information that needs to be kept secure, and so self-sourcing is a way to protect this. It is also a big part of Netflix production with Netflix originals. For Netflix originals shows or movies, Netflix will either purchase the copyrights for movies that are like currently in production, or will hire a production team to write a film or movie or something specifically for them. Netflix also self-sources when it comes to platform development, and as an online site, it's important to keep things up to date and running smooth. So they'll like outsource and hire companies to do this. Netflix also uses a lot of internal users. These internal users build a lot off of the self-sourcing. For example, they test the user recommendation algorithms and give feedback. These internal users help refine the algorithm, helping Netflix become more successful. They also test new features on the site when a big update happens and act as a quality assurance. When a big update happens, it needs to be tested and make sure it's good for public use. And internal users also evaluate content in Netflix originals before it is uploaded to the public. They like look at the relevance and the popularity they think it will have and if it's worth it to do. Netflix also conducts research about itself, looking at user behaviors, preferences, and trends to help decide the best decision for the futures.
With that said, that concludes our tech talk on the company Netflix. There's so much to learn about the company's operations, so it was hard to keep this presentation short. But we thank you so much for listening, and we hope that you learned something along the way. Thank you.